There's no regular video today. I wanted to talk to you about Atlanta. If you decide to click away, I completely understand. But before you do, I hope that you will at least click the link in the description below to head on over to the Stop AAPI Hate Initiative website. That's going to be down there, and I'll mention it again at the end. I have a quick explanation. I have a few things that I want to say about the issues, and I have a story that I hope that you'll stay for. I don't like making this type of video. It was one thing when we used to do news coverage, but I'm always skeptical about the appropriateness or the need of personal statements on real-world events, especially from people like me. The last thing I'm interested in is putting more blather on the net that contributes nothing and can't possibly alleviate the pain of the victims or their loved ones. The reason you're still getting a video at all is because once I got the full story, something came to mind that I'd like to share that might give certain people some perspective on why this happened. What I see in Atlanta is three issues that intersect in this scumbag's murder spree. Some people see them as independent issues, but the reality is that they play off and amplify each other. One is disdain for sex workers, and let me be clear, I'm not trying to skew the facts. I've seen no proof whatsoever that any of the victims are part of the sex trade. I'll get to that later, but it's important from the thought process of the criminal. Violence against sex workers is incredibly common, and it's an issue that doesn't get as much attention as it should because, let's be honest, the victims themselves risk legal trouble when they actually go out of their way to report what's happening to themselves. Number two is straight-up misogyny. The idea that women are somehow responsible for you, or that they make you do things, or that you can fix your life by attacking them and murdering them. That is a concept that I should never have had to vocalize because it's that repugnant. I can't fathom thinking that with any level of seriousness. The third thing, and the one that ties it all together, and the one we seem to be struggling to understand this time around, is racism. A few years back, in the big town near my home, we got our own Chinese massage parlor. I remember it so vividly because as the plan was announced, there was, in my mind, a weird amount of negative feedback about it in our local newspaper. I remember thumbing through the letter to the editor and our infamous 30-second section, wondering why people cared about a massage parlor, or what it had to do with turpitude, or how it could do any worse to bring down the moral fiber of the community than the 7 public bars in this college town. And I remember as I finished an entry from a guy with a handle like War Vet Morals, it finally clicked. They thought this place was going to give out happy endings with every customer. It was so surreal to me that I was laughing my ass off because I had never encountered anyone who seriously felt that way about the massage business. Things like that are funny in isolation. But then you get someone like the guy in Atlanta. It really doesn't matter whether the women at these businesses were sex workers or not. It doesn't even matter if he had been there as a patron before or not. In his mind, sex workers aren't people. They're vessels for stimulation and fulfillment. In his mind, women are responsible for creating temptation he can't escape or control. In his mind, the one place he knows he can find women sex workers that are tempting him into uncontrollable sex fiend territory is at the Chinese massage parlor. Because what else can Asian women do at such a business but fulfill every sexual desire a man might have? The case is ongoing. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if they've established that this guy did a hate crime under the law or not. I just hope the criminal justice system still knows how to deal with animals like him. There's a link in the description below for the Stop AAPI Hate Initiative with more information about how you can do something to help stop something like this from happening again. I do hope you'll check it out. I'm not asking you to think a certain way. I'm just asking you to think. That's all I got, guys.